With your VoiceOver Match Daily Cast for today, Friday, July 19th, I'm Chris Lanning from NeighborhoodStage.com. Now today, I wrap up talking about why voiceover is both easy and hard. In particular, I'm going to finally tell you why I think the voiceover industry is so hard to be successful in. So as I've been talking about in this episode, voiceover is easy to break into, but it's hard to be successful in. So what do I mean by the hard to be successful in? Well, we talked about it's easy to get into because the barrier to entry is low. However, it's hard to be successful in because the barrier to entry is low. Because it's such a low barrier, there is a ton of competition out there. There are dozens, if not hundreds of people that sound pretty much like you. It's really hard to stand out. Also, some of the pay-to-play sites have made compensation a race to the bottom. I talked about Voice123, places like Upwork, Freelancer. Some people go in there and bid ridiculously low because they're looking to get it done cheaply. And if they can find someone that's decent and cheap, they'll go with it. And so that's kind of caused the rates to go all the way down. There's a few sites, again, like Voices and a few others that have established minimums in an attempt to try to keep that from happening. But still, all in all, people are looking for the cheaper option. And you know what? If you don't have a huge budget, I can obviously understand why they would want to do that. Now, also, a lot of the producers find the best and they make them their favorites. On places like Voices.com, they can favorite voiceover artists that they've worked with. And then if they have a job, instead of putting it out to an open audition, they can just privately invite from the people that they have on their list. They can select voiceover artists and send private invitations. That way, they don't have to go through a lot of auditions. Because with public auditions, if they're offering a decent amount of money, they may get 100, 200, even 300 auditions. Do you want to sit and go through that many? So I understand why they do this. And it's actually great. If you get on one of their lists, it's really going to help you because you can get to a point where you're not going to have to be doing all those public auditions. If you're getting enough private auditions, that's great for you. But for people that are starting out and for the rest of us that haven't got on this list yet, it's tough because you know what? You can't win a job if you can't audition. And of course, most of the higher paying jobs are going to the top tier talent. That's to be expected, and that's the way it should be. If you're really good at what you do, your value should go up. So starting out, though, you're going to be doing a lot of auditions and likely landing very little work. And the work that you do land is probably going to be very little pay. So this is what makes it hard to be successful because if you're thinking you're going to quit your job tomorrow and just start doing voiceovers for a living, you're probably going to be in for a rude awakening. It's going to take you a while to get yourself established to a point where you're pulling in enough jobs and enough high-dollar jobs that you can eke out a full-time living. So what am I telling you to do? Give up? No. I still want you to dream big. Dream about being that golden voice. But just make sure you set realistic expectations. It will not happen overnight, and for some of us, it may never happen. You can dream about it. You can go for it. You can aim for it. But just understand reality is going to be coming into play quite often. But don't give up. Keep plugging away and work hard enough, long enough, and smart enough. Because then you can work your way, hopefully, up to that top tier and get those higher paying gigs. Be able to avoid all those cattle call auditions with 100, 200 people auditioning. And hopefully, and this is the golden moment, that you can spend more time earning than auditioning. But whatever you do, never stop having fun. This is supposed to be about your passion and enjoying it and enjoying being in front of that microphone. So if it ever becomes just a job and it stops being a passion, if you go in and you're doing these voiceover recordings or auditions or even jobs and you're coming out of it more drained than energized, stop. Stop, because it might just be time to find a new venture. Life is too short. We need to be doing stuff we love and that energizes us, not stuff that brings us down. Now, next week on the VoiceOver Match podcast, we're going to get back to doing producer interviews. I sat down with James Major from Major Studios. And I got to tell you, I enjoyed learning about this fascinating production company, and I really enjoyed some of the tips that James offers to voiceover talent when they're doing their auditions. With your VoiceOver Match Daily Cast for today and really for the entire week, I'm Chris Lanning from NeighborhoodStage.com. Have a great day and have an awesome weekend.